But now it's time to have a look at the Marvels wave, and I haven't seen the Marvels. In fact, I'm gonna go on social media lockdown until it goes up on Disney Plus. So I will be reacting to the Marvels on this channel soon, which will be my first Marvel movie reaction. Very excited for it because I love the MCU. I love Kamala Khan. That's the first one we're going to unbox here. So while I'm all for the environmental benefits of doing the no plastic packaging, I'm not going to miss it. I feel like they really missed an opportunity here. Like, there's so much fine print on these boxes, and they haven't got enough information about the figure, just a couple of photos. I feel like they could have done something more interesting, even have like a comic book page on the back or something like that. Like, I don't know, I feel like they really haven't made the most out of the real estate that they did have with this plastic, no plastic packaging. But let's have a look at Kamala Khan. I reacted to Miss Marvel on this channel, and I enjoyed it. I liked the character, I liked the show, thought it could be better in some parts, but I thought it was a pretty good way to sort of kick off that character in the MCU. And I will be comparing these figures with their older versions as well. And I will be putting together the Build-A-Figure in this one too. I think you would have just seen me put together the Hydra Stomper. I'm sure it was good. Alright, couple of bits here for this one. Oh, okay, wow, the Flurkin comes in its own little little box. The Flurkin was quite difficult to get out. Alright, let's have a look at this little guy. Wow. Alright. He's a great little piece to be able to put on a shelf. I really think that that's a very... Obviously, I know what a Flurkin is from the Captain Marvel movie, and I'm keen for more Flurkins in the Marvels. Okay, let's have a look at this new Kamala Khan, because I do like her original figure. My first thought is her neck looks huge. Like a really, really long neck. How big is this peg? I don't know, the neck is massive. Is it so that it can facilitate the scarf? Because if you take the scarf off, it doesn't look too bad, actually. Let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts about this, the neck length on this? It was the first thing that seemed to sort of stand out by setting eyes on this. All right, nice to see the pinless joints on this one here. She's got I think it's a trigger hand, but it also kind of looks like a relaxed kind of hand. All the joints feel really, they're not tight, they're not loose, they all feel pretty good. She stands up perfect as well. We've got some more hands here. I think they look like open hands. I would like to have seen like a big, you know, light power punch hand or something like that with her, or some kind of accessory to have that, but I guess not. The open hands were kind of, I wouldn't say they were hard to get in. They just seemed to have a lot of like edge to it when they went in. But she looks great with the open hands as well. I think I might keep her like that. The legs on it, the outfit looks good. Like I say, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm digging the way this outfit is depicted here. Really like the paint application on it as well. The scarf looks fantastic. Let's compare it to the old one. She's a lot taller. She looks like a much aged up kind of character, like even in just like the scale of like the parts that they had to use. I don't know which one I like the most. I'm gonna have to maybe wait and see the movie and see, you know, what happens in that and how she goes in her new role. But I do have a soft spot for the original one with the mask on. Let's do a head swap on them. Don't know if the head swap is gonna look any good because oh shit. Maybe we won't be doing a head swap. Might see if I can do a head swap, but I can't do it right now because this thing just pops right out at the neck joint. But this is a great figure. It feels really sturdy. It doesn't feel loose or anything like that. The head scan on it, I kind of like it. She has a bit of a cheeky, like when I say cheeky, I mean like actual cheeks, a cheeky kind of grin. So this figure will definitely make the shelf. I need to make that a thing. Like in that old movie, The Castle, the dude is like, and that's going straight to the pool room. I'm going to start saying this is going to make the shelf because that's kind of how I measure my things. Like, do you make the shelf or do you make the box? Shelf worthy. Now we're going to have a look at the Woman of the Hour, Captain Marvel. I already look like, I don't like the feet on this, just from looking at it on the box. The shoes that they've used, I don't know, we're going to have to wait and see how this one pans out. But again, pretty light on the accessories, just some, you know, yellow energy accessories. The face scan looks like it might be alright. Let's get into it. Alright, I didn't drop anything this time. I don't speak so yet. Oh, that's alright, that thing is just a piece of paper. It's interesting, they just kind of chucked the hands in with the, with Hulk's leg. Alright, let's have a look at this one here. The face scan is great. This is probably the best looking Brie Larson we've seen. The only Captain Marvel I have is the one that looks like Leslie Knope, and I'm not even going to bother trying to dig that one out. But this is really my first proper MCU Captain Marvel, and she feels good, like feels nice and sturdy. Oh, the knees are a little bit hard to bend, but they get there. Yeah, cool, no worries. What about the other one? Yeah, a little bit tough around the knees, but the abdomen, everything else, all moves very nice and snug. All right, let's check out these feet. Directed by Quentin Tarantino. I don't know. You can get them in the right spot and it stands perfectly fine, but if you want to do more like dynamic posing and stuff with this figure, then it's going to be a little bit difficult. And I guess you probably want to put it on a flight stand anyway. I'll probably do that in the figure photography because, you know, I like the character of Captain Marvel. I'm big into Midnight Suns at the moment, so Captain Marvel's pretty powerful in that game. I will say these yellow effects, they feel a lot more rigid and plasticky compared to the other ones that all feel kind of like very like rubbery. I don't know, I think I kind of prefer it. It kind of gives me vibes of the DC McFarlane ones. Their like lightning effects are like just hard plastic. These aren't quite that bad, but I like it. I like this this look. The yellow really brings this figure to life, like the yellow in the effects, because it's quite a dark suited figure. It's not very bright. Oof, yeah, she is rough trying to stand her up. A bit of a fail using those legs. Those feet, they needed to, I don't know, they need to do something else. It's these weird high heel feet. I don't know why they have them. A couple of extra hands. One of them, again, is like a gun hand. I guess it's like a holding hand. You could really put anything in there, but it looks like it's a trigger finger as well. I don't know why Captain Marvel would need a gun. But the open hand really makes this figure look really good with that yellow effect. And you know, it's a great head scan. And overall, I think it's a pretty good figure. I think for the time being, it'll make the shelf. And let's round out with the third character from the Marvels movie, Photon, Monica Rambeau, which I've enjoyed her journey. Obviously, we met her in the Captain Marvel movie when she's just a little girl. I thought it was a great way to pay off the fact that the Captain Marvel movie was set, you know, back in the 90s, I think it was, from memory. And then she showed up again on WandaVision and got herself some powers. And now she's Photon, and this outfit looks great on the box. Stuck in there, man. I had to rip that thing. I usually don't need to do that. What the hell? Anything else in there? No. See you later. Shout out to Kyle Peterson. And they called him Kyle Stevenson then. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I really, really like this outfit. Immediately, just the black and the white really, really pops. The joints all look pretty good. These are all pinless as well, which I'm kind of digging that. I'm sort of feeling like that might be a line that I draw with, like, you know, collection and stuff like that. When it comes time to like downgrade, it's gonna when it comes time to downsize, I should say, you know, have a look at that. Lining up the yeah, it's not gonna work. Unfortunately, the lines don't measure up perfectly when you want to stand her up and get her to balance. You kind of can, but it's a bit of a weird looking angle to be. Oh, that's not too bad, huh? Hang on, let's give her a bit of a twist around there. All the joints in this feel really, really good, by the way. Okay, alright. Look, not looking too bad. It's still a little bit off. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with all three of these figures. I mean, Monica Rambeau, just like that white and the black suit, that looks so fucking good. I just love the way it pops. Definitely will make the shelf. And we got the three of them there. Yeah, no effects for her. She could have even come with like some transparent hands or something like that. I don't know. I feel like this is the first figure for this character. Maybe give us a little bit more than just the fists and the hands. Next up, Commander Rogers. This is an interesting one. I've got way too many caps already, but I did have a real soft spot for the stealth suit. Interesting, this figure doesn't come with any extra hands at all. Nothing. That's a little bit disappointing. You gotta give us something. I mean, come on. There's no extra head or anything. This is very minimal. This is the one where they make their money back. Now he does come with a shield, a very unusual see-through shield. I don't know what to make of that. Let's have a look at old Commander Rogers. Alright, the head sculpt on it is really intense, man. It's really intense. I kind of dig that. I think I'll probably use this head sculpt as my, you know, Captain America. I don't know why his neck, it's a little bit of bleed over from the blue. The neck looks like a bit of a different shade to the head. Looks like he didn't apply his makeup correctly that day. And we got some fisted hands, and that's it. So, how are we going with the articulation? Not pinless, which is, you know, disappointing. This is a pretty, I mean, this is a cool concept, and it looks good with the head sculpt, but this is a pretty disappointing figure for a number of reasons. Articulation, I mean, I'm not sure what body mold this is in particular. Maybe you can let me know down in the comments. There's no butterfly joints on it or anything. I mean, it does look good with the tactical, you know, straps and everything like that. I feel like I just want to pop these on US Agent instead. So the shield plugs in the back, which again looks good with the strapping and everything like that. But I don't know. It's from a consumer standpoint, this is a bit disappointing. I would have liked something more to go with this than just the shield and the strapping. A couple extra hands at absolute bare minimum. But as I mentioned before, I do have a soft spot for the stealth suit Captain Marvel from What If, and I loved that figure so much, and I feel like the two of these are going to look fantastic standing next to each other on the shelf, and Captain Marvel is way up there, and anytime I can get a little mini display with Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel, holy shit, Captain fucking Carter. Captain Carter. Everything I just said about Captain Marvel in the last 30 seconds, change that to Captain Carter. Stealth suit Captain Carter and stealth suit Commander Rogers. I think they'll make a good display. Shelf worthy for now, but he may become shelf fodder when new good things come out. Alright, now as we get into some characters that I'm very unfamiliar with, we've got Karnak, who I looked into it. He is the son of an Inhuman. So that means I think the only figure I have that is anywhere near relevant to this character is Black Bolt. So we'll put them together and see how it looks. But I kind of dig the look of the figure. Looks like a kind of martial arts looking kind of guy. So I don't know if I may be able to like do a head swap and use this body for somebody else. I don't know who I would use it for though. But all right, let's have a look at the articulation on this, because it does look like it's a pretty well articulated figure. It's got butterfly joints on it. You know, it's not pinless, which again, always at this point, if it's not pinless, I'm a little bit like, nah, that sucks, because I know that there's going to be another one at some point in the future. But I don't know, the legs are a little bit weird out of the box. Maybe they have to just like, you know, warm up. I like the hands that he's come with. Like, you can really set him up. What the hell is going on with his helmet though in that head scan? I love a good green action figure. Green's my favorite color. I don't know what I think about this guy though. I don't know, he's a very well articulated figure, and the hands really kind of make it come to life, but I feel like I might just have to put some random head swap on here. You know, let's put Commander Rogers' head on there. What is that going to look? You know, it's a little bit big, but it kind of works. I don't think I'll keep it on there, though. But this will probably end up just with a random head on there, just because I like the figure, don't like the head, don't really know anything about the character, but I still like the design. Green, white, it's a good color scheme. And the last figure to unbox before we put together the builder figure is Marvel Boy. And I don't know much about this character either, if I'm being completely honest. I did see that he was part of the West Coast Avengers, so I might pose him with some West Coast Avengers characters. But what I really like about this one is the color scheme. I was just talking about how I love the color green, and Karnak is a great figure. The color scheme on this I really like. It gives me vibes of X-Pac's tights in late 90s WWF when he was with DX. And I love that black, white, green color scheme that this character has. So this is one that I just really love the look of. And let's see what it's like. Let's see what Marvel Boy. Shit name, I must say. I don't like that name for a character. It's like one of the most unintimidating names of all time. Let me know in the comments if that was what it was supposed to be when they put it in the comics, because it sounds terrible. Alright, so he's got some really weird looking guns, and they don't come with effects either, I think. Oh, okay, interesting. There's actually some loose paint on this, straight out of the thing. Little white chips on there, but alright, we got it. So, alright, he's got some... It's a shame he doesn't come with additional hands as well. Again, that seems to be a theme for that throughout this one here, especially because he's got really unique looking gloves on. But I guess he's supposed to have this gun in his hand. By the way, I don't think Karnak is going to be shelf-worthy either. We'll have to wait and see what heads I put on him. But putting these guns on is an absolute pain in the fucking ass. Sorry, everybody, to swear, but Jesus Christ. Alright, if you get this figure in a good position, it looks like he stays, but he's got some loose ankles, which is never good because that just makes any pose really difficult to try and pull off if the ankles are just going to be kind of flipping around. Looking at the articulation on it, it's very much exactly the same as Karnak. The paint application on this figure is actually pretty clean. I wish the green were a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more bright. But I do like the white, green, and black look. I'm not sure about his head. I don't know if that's... it kind of gives me more of a Quicksilver vibe, I guess. I feel like that could be a good alternate head for Quicksilver. But I don't know much about this character. Wonder Boy, what was his name? Marvel Boy. Marvel Boy? Is that what it was? Is it Marvel Boy? Marvel Boy. No. Yes, it is Marvel Boy. Don't know if he's going to make it onto the shelf, although I do like the articulation and I do like the color scheme. I just don't know enough about this character to really sort of get into it. And the lack of hands and everything like that, I don't know. I'm going to have to look into this character and see if I can identify with him or find something I like about him. Yeah, he's not pinless either. Yeah, I don't know. This one's a little bit of a fail, but again, I've got a real soft spot for that color scheme. So that's the whole wave. A little bit light on the accessories and the hands. I try not to have high expectations with those, but some of these didn't come with any extra hands at all. I feel like that's a bit of a missed opportunity. But let's put together this totally awesome Hulk Build-A-Figure. So I did think that this was actually... I don't know what it was. I didn't know what it was going in. But I just found out that this is actually a particular character called... what was his name? Amadeus Cho. He's like an Asian Hulk, a Korean Hulk. I'm not sure exactly where he was from, but I thought this was going to be... This looks like, kind of like... Again, I don't know what I was thinking, but it kind of looked like it was something that would look good with the She-Hulk MCU figure. So I just assumed that it was some edition of Bruce Banner, and it definitely is not. It is a completely different guy. He's got a little flicked up hair and everything. Whoa, that just popped straight out. Is that gonna stay in there? Oof. That's not a good way to start. That peg is not... pops out incredibly easy, but well, let's see how the rest of it goes. I feel like it's been a while since there was a Build-A-Figure that I was like really into. I enjoyed the What If Ultron Build-A-Figure. That's another thing this kind of looks like. It could be a What If like animated Hulk kind of thing. But yeah, other than that, there haven't really been any out there recently that I've wanted to get. Even the Hydra Stomper is not one that I was sort of... Oh my god. Really? This is absolutely insane. Like the belt thing pops out. Oof. Oh my god, this whole... The whole torso part that came with Kamala Khan is kind of screwed. Like I can't really like do anything. Like the legs are falling off, the waist is falling off, the arms and the head seem to be okay, but wow, this Build-A-Figure is not really doing it for me. It looks pretty good, I suppose. Like it's a really bright kind of green, and you know I like the purple and stuff. The head scan's good. We've got some hands and all that. It's all perfectly fine. Mine just keeps falling apart. So, given that it's just the torso part, I'm sure there's somebody out there in the figure community who has purchased a Kamala Khan and doesn't need the torso. So maybe I'll try and track one down on the secondary market and see if I can get one that doesn't just disintegrate every time I try and do anything with it. So, I don't know. Let's try and get him across. Let's see if I can actually move this guy. Look at this. Like... just so wobbly. So my overall thoughts were that the MCU figures were pretty good. They were definitely the highlights of this wave. The Commander Rogers figure is okay. The Builder figure was garbage. I'm very disappointed with how that one turned out. I just don't know if I can really appreciate that figure with how brittle the one is that I had. So, like I said, I'll try and track down another torso on the secondary market. The other two figures, okay, they're not going to make the shelf, I don't think. The Hulk is definitely not going to make the shelf, but the Marvels, the three, Monica Rambeau, Carol Danvers, and what's her bloody name? Kamala Khan, there we go. They're all shelf worthy, so that's my review of this wave of Marvel Legends.